Hi, good morning. Eddie here, and welcome to the second online tutorial session. And I'm going to take this opportunity to discuss again the assessment one. We discussed it in a previous session, and I think it is worth for us to discuss again this assessment. Okay, make sure you download the assessment brief and address all requirements, and also review the rubric. So here we can see the 4 tasks that we need to address. The first 3 tasks are related to our first posting, your original posting, and the last one is actually the second posting, which is due on Sunday, week 4. Okay, so I'm going to share the Word documents that I have prepared. Right, so I have moved all questions into this Word document like what we did last time, and so this is the one that you can see if we look at the questions only. Okay, how you address that? You may want to start with the introduction. So introduce, okay, a brief introduction of the organization. Okay, so you write a brief introduction of the organization and the product or service that they offer. Okay, so just a brief introduction. Okay, and you address the first question. Okay, in doing when you address the questions, when you address the tasks, you may also want to use headers and subheaders to because this is a formal document. Okay, right, just put a short line in there to define, to give a border for us to look at the tasks and also the advice. Okay, and for the first one, let's say I just put the header, the heading as the marketing concepts and process. Okay, so here I explain in here we need to ensure that we define marketing and we explain the process. Okay, now you can refer to the art-by model or the 4 steps that I explained: understand, create, communicate, deliver, and back to understand again. Please explain them. Okay, and after that we explain the importance of marketing to the organization that we select. Okay, and next thing is, let's say we have another heading here, marketing environments. Okay, we explain briefly the concepts, okay, of marketing environments. Okay, and then you select one marketing environment factor. Typing error, marketing environment factor. Okay, you can take it from macro environment or micro environment, but you need to make sure that it is specific. Okay, so if you select a competitor and you only explain that competitor affects these guys, yada 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 yada, without explaining who the competitor is, that is not a good idea, because you need to specify who they are, and you need to also explain how they affect the value that this organization creates. Okay, and the next one is how they respond, how this organization responds to the marketing environment, this marketing environment factor. Okay, so that's basically the one that you need to deliver in the first posting, in your original posting. Okay, and after that we come to the next posting, which is basically posting 2, right, or your feedback to your peers. Okay, you need to select the feedback. Just put in here or your original posting or first posting. Okay, And posting 2, that revolves around feedback to your peers. Okay, so here you give feedback. The purpose is to give feedback. Okay, and when it comes to giving feedback in these units, please make sure that you relate them to the theory. Okay, like the one we did above in our original posting. Okay, we relate that to the theory, and we look at the facts. Okay, the facts in here is basically about what they have written in their posting, what our friends or peers have written in their posting. Okay, and of course we want to give them feedback. Our feedback needs to contain both positive and constructive. Okay, and in terms of how you write it, please make sure that you also need to you can consider the sandwich feedback technique that I discussed in the previous presentation. So you may want to start with the positive feedback. Hey, good thing you have done this, and you also have done that. You have also written this. You have discussed that, and so on and so forth. That's great. And then you explain the constructive feedback. I would recommend you to do this, this, and that, and close it with another positive feedback. Okay, I am confident that you can address that feedback. Okay, now make sure that you reference it. Sorry, for your original posting, make sure that you reference, and also make sure you adhere to academic academic writing requirements. Okay, such as number of textbooks, or you need to look at your e-texts. You need to look at journal potentially. Look at the academic sources, either academic journals. That is actually a good idea if you include the journals as well. Okay. All right. So that's basically the original posting, and the second posting. John Sander that week, that contains your own feedback, that includes the theory, the facts, positive and constructive feedback, and also you can consider the sandwich feedback technique. Okay, linking to theory, well, you can go back to the theory that you explained here, right? The marketing concept. You can give feedback about their marketing concept, for instance, the concept that, for instance, the American Marketing Association suggests basically marketing is basic about this, and you talk about that, and you discuss that. Okay, and the environment analysis that your peer has discussed, for instance, you can also discuss that from the marketing environment concept perspective. Okay, what is the purpose of analyzing marketing environment? And then you discuss that with your friends, whether your friends have put up the enough facts to discuss that or not. Okay, right. So that's basically the first assessment. And if you need help, you can send an email before the assessment is due, and I'm happy to discuss that with you. Okay.